What is up, Soonerland? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope everyone's had a great week and a great end to the week. For those that are ready for the weekend, thank you for being on here. As always, Dowpost, the Discord has been fired lately. There's been a lot of intriguing discussion and passionate discussion. It's been good. Thanks everyone that's on the Discord and keeping it lively and keeping the chat going. It's been mostly about salary cap future and things like that. But appreciate everyone on here. I know someone had a question about Fusi. His commitment date is August 21st. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. The other one is Floyd Buchard, who's committing on July 20th, making his commitment decision.
Yeah, and if you're a Sooner fan looking at, I just would love to know what Sooner fans think on the Fusi top five there, his commitment on August 21st. It's a lot of teams that OU's kind of battled for a lot of guys, and you know the Missouri's in there, A&M, Texas, Oregon, it's going to be interesting to see where it falls. I think OU Texas probably, if I had to lean right now, I'd say it's one of those two schools, but I don't, like I said, I don't follow as close as other people. But can you imagine if Missouri was to land him?
Oh, is there Jay? They've got so many offensive linemen, man. I don't know how they keep them there for 3 years.
I mean, if they pull that one off, unbelievable. Hey, you got a big week coming up. And I know a lot of people said 49 days till game. The number 49, when I see it, Jonathan Jackson just pops in my head from Oklahoma. Didn't he wear 49? I believe he did.
Yes.
But here's the thing. This week's huge, Jeremy. Massive week. Monday at 3 o'clock. Big time. EA Sports College Football is back. Jeremy, stop.
No, it isn't.
Monday at 3.
It's the 19th.
Well, online. I think my son's getting it at 3 o'clock on Monday. So
we did just order we sold a PS4 and we're getting an Xbox X.
I thought my son told me 3 o'clock on Monday. So I don't know.
Xbox X.
What?
Xbox X.
Are you going to play it?
My son is, so I may have to play it some. I'm not sure that Fusi is totally a bad guy either. Again, I don't watch all the OU insiders, okay? I'm not one who sits there and watches it. So maybe he is a bag chaser. I'm just saying I don't think he is. I've seen a couple of interviews. I would like to believe he's not just chasing bags. If he is chasing bags, he's going to be at Missouri.
Well, there's other
because they've proven time and time again they're the ones paying more than anyone else.
Oh my gosh, Craig bringing up summer league basketball. Wow. Atlanta out of the ATL there, Craig. I have not watched any summer league basketball as of now. I do think the college football coming out will help things speed up for fans. I do. I think you're going to get fans getting into it by playing that, and it's going to move the time quickly, Jeremy. And also you got SEC Media Days this week too. So big time stuff coming up.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
If we were to do a Sooner Surge college football, and I'm on Xbox X, I can only play that against people with the Xbox X. Is that correct?
I don't know how it works, but
we may have to have two leagues, an Xbox X
PS5,
league and a PS5 league.
That's probably why you got the Xbox, because you wanted to stay away from me on the PS5. I get it.
Yeah. Jada did not win an ESPY. No. Neither did the team, and it was kind of shocking that they forfeited and
but listen, did not win. All the people that are bashing ESPN for that, it's a fan vote.
It was voters.
It's a vote. It's a fan vote. So
I agree.
And I think I know Sooner fans don't want to hear this because I'm a huge Sooner fan, but women's college basketball is watched way more than softball. Unfortunately, I just think it is. In our area, Oklahoma's watched a ton, but nationally, women's college basketball has a lot more fans voting than softball. That's a fact.
Damon, Jada Coleman did not win an ESPY. She was nominated for one, but she did not win the ESPY. What is up, Boomer Kid 918? I don't recognize that handle, but appreciate you being on here. Eric, that's not true, though. There are people outside of Norman who care about softball. That's a bad take, okay? It's a bad take.
It is way less than college basketball, women's basketball.
I didn't say it's more than college basketball, but you can't say nobody outside of Norman cares about softball is a horrible take.
Well, that's because I know the absolutes. You hate absolutes. I think that's
and can't say nobody cares.
Everybody in the Discord, if you want to get on Jeremy's nerves, that's one way to do it, is do an absolute. He hates absolute comments. So that'll get him fired up pretty quickly. Colin says, I'm not as surprised because I knew it was a vote thing, but the fact it was never brought out is what is crazy to me.
I mean, again, Gary says it. Now I'll say this. Gary, I'll say this. I'm talking, Jay. I'll say this. I'm getting fired up right now, Jay, because you interrupted me when I'm talking.
I was talking, boy.
I don't care if softball's an Olympic sport, Gary. No, I'll say this. The amount of people that care about softball as an Olympic sport is way less than how many care for the Women's College World Series. I think Women's College World Series is watched across the entire country, not just Oklahoma, though, Eric, as Craig from ATL says.
Yeah, but the whole
down there.
The whole Olympic sport things, there's things that are Olympic sports that should not be Olympic sports. So I don't think that argument's going to really go very far. I did not watch the ESPYs.
I don't watch the ESPYs.
I just saw the results. I haven't watched the ESPYs in I think the last time, this is a true story, I think the last time I watched the ESPYs was Jim Valvano. I'm serious. I think it's last year I watched it.
Was that the ESPYs back then still?
I believe that was the ESPYs that he was talking.
Craig. And so, yeah, you're right, Craig. And so is speed walking, and there's not a big fan base for that.
What else we got going on? You got SEC Media Days. It'll be here right around the corner next week. It starts in Dallas. That should be exciting. Mark's bringing up water polo.
Mark, that's a sport Jay and I can never do.
Don't include me in stuff that you can't do.
We can't tread water.
No, it's not a we thing. It's a you thing. Why is it always we?
You cannot tread water. Go get
Jeremy, when was the last time you saw me in water?
Jay.
Answer the question.
I haven't. I'm glad because I'd be blinded by how white your chest is.
I've grown up, dude. I've grown up and learned how to tread water. Okay.
Go get your son or your wife right now and have them come on here and tell me that you can tread water because you can't.
All my kids and wife would tell you that I can. Now,
okay, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to make a call.
Oh, Jeremy, I'm not saying I could do it for water polo for that length of time, but come on,
you can't tread water.
Hey, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Hey, we got some big news coming. Jeremy, you want to go over it right now? I think it's a good time to go over it.
We'll do it in a second, but hey,
okay.
California, they care a lot. Maybe not up in Washington, but Washington actually is better than they have been in the past. But I mean, again, guys, softball is well viewed across the country a lot. I'm not saying it's as big as the other sports, but you're kidding yourself if you don't think it's that people care about it.
It's a growing sport for sure.
Brent is going to knock it out. Here's the thing. BV has never been bad at interviews. That's one of his strong points dealing with the media. I want to hear some things different from him, and I'm hoping to hear them. And Jay, I think it's a good time to reveal. Hey, is everyone ready to see how you can win tickets to the OU Houston game? And listen, these tickets are not nosebleeds. They are way down low in the end zone. Very, very, very elite seats. OU Houston game. I think, Jay, let's go ahead and reveal the rules.
All right.
OU Houston ticket giveaway rules. Okay, it's going to run for 1 month. Okay, July 15th to August 15th. The winner will be chosen on this live August 16th. We will have a random wheel generator. Everyone's name will be on there. Some of your names will be on there 20 times, some maybe twice. And here's how you get your name. And also, FanStop is the one doing this for us. We appreciate FanStop. But here's how you can get your name in on the wheel. Every night you get you get the trivia, you will get your name added to the wheel. Okay. If you are, and I'll get to the safety here in a minute, field goal. To get your name on the wheel 3 times, all you got to do is be Sooner Surge Unlimited members. So Dow Post, Eric, Bobby, Gary, all you guys, Jen, your name's already going to be on there 3 times because you're Sooner Surge Unlimited members. A touchdown. If you are a FanStop Shirt of the Month subscriber, okay, you're going to get your name on there 7 more times. Okay, and then the caller of the night for all you guys that are Sooner Surge Unlimited members. This is something that we are beginning July 15th in the Discord. You're going to get a chance to call into the live, to be on the live the last 5 minutes and have a call of the night where we will vote on a winner of the caller of the night. Should be fun. We're going to ramp it up. There's the basic rules. ousportsroundup@gmail.com. You will need to email us, though, if you are a FanStop Shirt of the Month subscriber, so we can verify that with FanStop. And that's it, Jay. Let's go back.
Yeah, and you said July 15th, which is Monday night, and then it lasts till August 15th.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I want to go to this Boomer. Boomer918 asked a question, and I can't find it.
It was about the BV. Let's see.
It said something about verses. Oh. Yeah, we will definitely be doing this as you get closer to the season, Boomer918. For sure, as we get close to the season, we'll be breaking down every game. And listen, the great God, the call of the night. So if you are a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, we'll have a topic, and you'll get 30 seconds to a minute, okay, where you can be on here, and we'll go over the rules for you guys that are calling in. But
yeah, Bobby, you're right.
Your chances are less.
Very slim if you have one name in there. I mean, it's going to be very slim to win. And the way you've been going, Bobby, on trivia, your name's going to be in there a lot unless people can catch up to you, bro, because you've been dominating trivia. And you're a unlimited member. So, I mean, there's going to be some people that has their name in it a lot. I am excited about the caller of the night. And here's the thing. Here's what we're hoping from this is that when we get into football season and post-game lives and all kinds of stuff, the caller thing is going to be big time. And being able to be on there after games is going to be great. So, yeah, it's just we're trying to ramp it up a little bit for football season. So more things on the way as well.
For all those who just joined like the bomb, we will go over these rules again at the very end. But, hey, I'm going to say this, Jay. You talked about the caller of the night. One thing that the Sooner Surge never does is not care about what you guys are saying in the chat. It's all about what you guys are saying. And by implementing a caller of the night where you guys can call in and you can be on the screen here with us giving your take, it's about you guys. That's what we've always done. We're not going to sit here and not show comments, okay? That's not what we're about. But, hey, listen, Mark's right. Mark's right. The college coaching,
I wouldn't want it.
Overpaying is maybe not. I mean, that's it. It's a year-round. It's a 24/7 thing, man. It's
a lot. It's a lot. I mean, I think that's why you've seen some of the coaches step away from it or go to the NFL. The NFL season is so much shorter, and I do think I do think Lincoln Riley will probably be one of the next ones to go to the NFL. I see him going to NFL soon. And there are guys that just aren't going to like doing this in college. Everything that's involved with it. It's a lot, and so we'll see. I do think there are coaches, though, and I think Brent Venables is one of these guys, Jeremy. I think he's the guy that does not only the football, but developing them to be men. I think he enjoys that part of the coaching. Some people may not. I think he enjoys that part of it. So I don't see, like, Brent going in it. I see him being a college guy for the long term.
Yeah. And Mark Chief is a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, so he'll get a chance to call in as well as already have his name in there. We didn't want to do super chat. We didn't want it to be just, hey, everyone pay money on here and donate to the channel, and you'll have a better chance at winning. That's not really what we wanted. We just want engagement from everyone. That's what we're about. Jay, Lincoln Riley as an OC, Gary says, I saw Paul Feinbaum talking about Lincoln Riley and how many players he's lost lately. Are you? I'm surprised he didn't try to go to the NFL, Jay. You thought it was going to be a Charger.
Hey,
maybe he surprises everyone this year, Jay.
You do?
Maybe he does.
Well, I watched an interview with Miller Moss, quarterback of USC, and he was talking about Kingsbury and kind of what he does as a quarterbacks coach. And he talked very high of Kingsbury. I think Kingsbury is one of those guys that has been – I think a lot of people don't think he's a very good coach at all. And then I think you have a lot of players and other people that think he really can coach. I am still kind of in between on Kingsbury. And him with Lincoln Riley, I just don't know how that works because who's doing what? And maybe it does work, but did he leave? Did Kingsbury leave?
I can't say.
Mark said, is Kingsbury gone? I don't follow him that closely. I was just watching an interview from Miller.
He was trying to go elsewhere. Hey, Jay, I like the question by Colin about what second-year guy from the Chosen, from the 23 class, do you expect to make the biggest impact this year?
23 class?
You got a name for us, Jay?
From the 23 class to make the biggest impact. Well, I think a lot of people would say PJ Atabare.
Yeah, that's well, of course, Jackson Arnold. That's the easy answer.
You know a name that I don't understand why that you're not hearing about it, and maybe it's because the room is so deep. But I really thought Jacquez Petaway, when he came in, I thought he was going to be unreal and play pretty quickly and right away. He didn't really get on the field that much last year. I don't know where he falls in line this year, Jeremy. I just don't know. So that's a name, but I just don't see where he's going to get in to play a ton of minutes. The other one is Jacoby Johnson. That's a name as well. What about this name, Eric McCarty? I know he was injured, but
he's not going to play enough, Jay.
I agree, but in the future, what do you think of him? Do you think he's a guy?
I like him a lot, Jay.
He's going to get left behind.
I like him a lot. Hey,
Bowen's a good one.
Go back. Sorry, Gray God. Yeah, I actually watched the Crane and Company video about it, but
yeah, I sent that to you.
Look. I think some of it was taken out of context because I don't think Teddy was saying that OU was going to kill Alabama and Georgia. It was just some of the other teams. But I'm going to say this, going back to what Monty says about 2000. And I think Parker Thune, Jay, mentioned this year and comparing. There's some comparisons in this year's team and the 2001 was. No, listen, he was talking about OU schedule in 2000. They had a gauntlet. Listen. Jeremy. I hate to disagree too much, but that schedule in 2000, not even close to what OU's playing this year. Nebraska at home. Guys, that is not comparable to what OU is stepping into this year.
And also, if you remember right, last year going into the season, that's what everybody said about OU. It's just like 2000. Second year under Venables. Look at their schedule. They opened with the same team. Whatever it was, same team. It's hard for me to compare teams and compare eras. It's a different era. 2000 was a different era. They were playing wishbone teams then still. Not wishbone, but option. Nebraska ran a lot of option that year. Eric Crouch.
Yeah.
It was a different era.
Colin, Gerald McCoy definitely was a menace. Isaiah Autry is highly, highly, highly probably, in my opinion, going under the radar. And I think he's going to surprise people.
Hey, let me ask this question.
Ask it, Jay.
And this is for all the viewers. Better chance Oklahoma wins a national championship in the next 3 years or doesn't win one in the next 15?
Well, I think there's a better chance they win one, Jay.
I'm interested to see what the viewers think. I know we're all Sooner people on here, but
you're in the 12-team playoff. You're going to be in the playoff
Jeremy,
more than
I think winning a national championship in a 12-team playoff is going to be one of the most difficult feats. It's going to be way harder than winning in a 4-team playoff. Is it not?
You're right, probably. But again,
probably it's harder to win it in a 12 team. And also, I don't think you're going to see repeat champions anymore.
Okay, Jay, let me ask you this then. Better chance Texas wins the next 15 years or doesn't win?
Jeremy,
I mean, outside of Georgia, then who would you take, Jay? Eric, that is, and I know you think that, and that's fine because everyone can think what they want. I think OU wins another natty. They're too good of a program to not win one in the next 15 years. They are too good of a program to not win one in the next 15 years. It will happen.
I agree. I just think any team right now, other than Georgia, it's hard to say, yep, they're going to win one in the next 10 to 15 years because I do think the 12-team playoff is so hard. Here's the thing, though. They are building in that direction, but to me, it all banks on this year and next year because if you enter the SEC and you become 6th, 7th place team in the SEC right off the bat the first 2 years, I don't think that bodes very well for you with what's in the SEC. And if Alabama stays up there when they switch coaches and still stays top 2, I don't know. A lot of it also depends on where NIL is going. There's a lot of questions. I do think this window right here in the next 3 years is the best chance for Oklahoma that they've had, well, obviously since I say those days where it was Baker Mayfield and stuff. I think but the problem with I see it, if it was a 14 here's the thing. If it was a 14 playoff and OU was in the Big 12, I think a lot of people would say they had a better chance of winning it in the next 3 years. Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, they'd be in the playoff more.
Next 3 years, if they were in the Big 12, if they were in the Big 12, Stephen, it was a 14 playoff, what would you think? Better chance?
And I like this is what I was just getting ready to say, what Fanstop said. It's going to be harder to win because once you get there, but they should, Jay, have more opportunities to have a chance for it.
Okay, but listen, my point, Eric, you're right, and Fanstop, that's a great point. But listen, if OU was going into this year and the Big 12 was the same as last year, and it was a 14 playoff, there would be a lot more people picking OU right now to be in the playoff and to maybe vie for a national championship.
Well, no doubt, Jay. But also, what I'm going to say is, I understand OU hasn't won one since 2000. They've had several chances to win one. Even the year they lost. Hey, don't interrupt, Jay. Even the year they lost to Georgia, in my opinion, I say when you're in the 14 playoff, you're competing for a national championship at that point.
And yeah, that's right, Teresa. Cubs, that's another one they won. Eric, I don't care.
No,
zero. I want to be in the SEC. That's if I'm an OU fan. That's where I would want to.
Yes, I want to be in the SEC.
Hey, man, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about move on. I was trying to think. I was going to say something about. Here's what I'll say though. In the same thing as what in the same, I guess, breath as I would say Oklahoma in the next year, if it was a 14 playoff, had a better chance. I'll say this: Oklahoma or Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Missouri, they cannot be happy about Oklahoma and Texas being in their league. I know it brings more pub, but it's 2 more teams that they got to get through. So I do think a lot of fans look at, it's going to be tough for OU and the SEC. I do think other teams from other fan bases aren't thrilled that OU and Texas are coming over, though. So I think it goes both ways.
And the other thing is, Gary says, don't lie. Y'all would be happy if OU was in the conversation year in, year out. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
But listen, but listen, being in the Big 12, everyone was griping about no one wanted to be in the Big 12 last year. I'm ready for the SEC. I'm not okay winning 7 games every year, 7 to 10 games.
I think if you ask this question 5 years from now, then people will give you honest answers.
To be the best, you've got to beat the best. OU's where the best are now.
That's fine. Say it. That's right. But 5 years from now, either fans will be saying, so glad Oklahoma joined the SEC, or they'll be saying, man, I wish I was in the Big 12 still.
The Big 12 won't exist probably 10 years from now.
I agree, though. I agree.
So you better get in the SEC when you can.
Hey, apparently Texas A&M's wanting out of the SEC from some folks I've heard talk. They do not want to be with Texas. We all knew that, but Matt says OU on the SEC is going to suck all of the oxygen out of the room for OSU. Big 12 will not be in forefront of minds. Here's the thing. They're trying. I think what Yormark is trying to do is to go get Florida State and Clemson so that they can say we'll be the top two conferences. They're trying to get up there to try to compete with the Big Ten, I think. And they're definitely trying to be the third best conference over the ACC. That's what they're trying to do. In case it goes super conferences, they still have a spot.
It'd be SEC, Big Ten. And hey, just because many people on here agreed that OU probably won't win one, and it would be 39 years from the last one, doesn't mean it's going to happen. I am very happy OU's in the SEC. Maybe I'm the minority.
I am super thrilled, but I've never been more excited about a football season in my life.
I'm not going to run away from competition. I don't want my sons to do that, and I don't want the team I'm rooting for to do it either.
Fan stop. Since 2000, they have been in the national championship or the 4 playoff numerous times now, with the 12-team playoffs and times more of a chance to make them. Yes, I agree. Better chance to make the playoffs, smaller chance to win a national championship. Fair?
And I don't know about Jay. You said better chance to make it. I mean, if they win the Big 12 every year, they'd make it.
Yeah, but then finishing top 12 for Oklahoma, they should be finishing top 12. Oklahoma should, to make the playoff.
Hey, and it's not going to change my mind no matter what happens this year. I'm in for it. I'm here for it, baby.
SEC means more. That's where I want to be. If I'm an OU fan, that's where I want to be. Now, I think I think we're all dialed in on football right now, but just for the university itself, SEC is a place to be. I mean, what did you think? What did you think of Teddy's clip? I know it's kind of went viral. Other national people are talking about it. What did you think about it? Honest opinion.
It was a bit much. It was a bit much because there are other teams in the SEC, but he is right that OU is comparable to a lot of those teams, Jay. And I don't understand how we can – someone just said, I don't know who it was, probably Eric, said we're not an SEC program. What?
OU is definitely an SEC program.
What?
Hey, if you're going to – who said that?
I don't know. I just saw it roll through.
Whoever commented that, if you're saying that, then is Texas an SEC program? Is
no, Texas isn't either, I guess.
Is Missouri an SEC program? Is Texas A&M an SEC program? Is Florida an SEC program? I mean, what are we basing it on?
Yeah, I don't get that. And Jimmy, we do have to do. We've got to be top 3 in recruiting. We've got to be top 3 in recruiting. That's where you got to get.
To compete year in and year out and have good, reasonable chances to win a national championship. I'm not talking you have a Cinderella year. I'm talking about a good year to stay up there for multiple years. You have to finish top 3 or 4 in recruiting every year in the SEC. You have to. I think that's where you got to be behind Alabama and Georgia if that's where you're going to be behind, or get ahead of them. But you got to be up there. You have to be to keep it going, I think.
I do think, in talking about passion and fan base, I'm going to compare this to if we were to all go to Cameron Indoor Stadium and sit in the student section and see how it was, we would go back to wherever we went to school and say, we've got to do better. The move to the SEC, in my opinion, is only going to make OU's fan base stronger. Hopefully. They're going to get more raucous. They're going to have to. You've got to either adjust or you're going to look ridiculous.
Bobby, both, because I think the top 3 or 4 should be out of the SEC. Now, you got Ohio State, but I do think you have to be top 3 or 4 in SEC. You really need to be top 3 or 4 overall.
I think top 7 overall, top 3 in your conference is really good.
I look at Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama, kind of the bell cows, okay, that are consistently top 3 or 4 recruiting probably. And I think you got to be up there with them. I mean, you got to be up there with them. You're Oklahoma. You can do it. They've done it before. You're in the SEC. Everybody said that would help recruiting. It seems to have already helped recruiting. You just got to keep it going. There's going to be a lot of factors that goes with those guys. There's going to be NIL. There's so much involved with that. Now, I think interesting thing going to this year is I want to see what happens with Ole Miss. And here's the reason why. what they are trying to do is basically win a national championship almost out of the portal. Can that happen? Can you do it that way? I don't know. I think we're going to find out this year how they did. I'm not sure you can do that. Now, we'll see.
Yeah,
They might surprise me.
Oregon is a powerhouse, and they're going to continue to be if a guy's going to give unlimited NIL. Hey, Jay, let's show everyone again the rules, the big reveal again, and I've got to talk through some things again. Thank you to FanStop for allowing us to do this and giving the opportunity for OU Houston tickets. It starts Monday, July 15th. It goes a month long. On August 16th, after a month's worth of everyone getting their name in, we will spin the wheel live on August 16th and see who wins the tickets. Here are the ways you can get your name on the wheel. Okay, answer a trivia question. Caller of the night, which starts Monday, and you guys that are in the Discord because you're an unlimited member. If you are not in the Discord and you're an unlimited member, you need to email us at ousportsroundup@gmail.com so we can make sure you get in the Discord. We always respond very quickly to our email, okay? And if you are a FanStop Shirt of the Month subscriber, you need to email us as well, ousportsroundup@gmail.com, so we can confirm that you are a FanStop Shirt of the Month subscriber. Or if you sign up for the Shirt of the Month, you will get your name on the wheel 7 times and a chance to win it. This is about having fun, but also giving away some elite tickets. These are great tickets, great seats. Thanks, courtesy to FanStop. We appreciate that, and we appreciate everyone on here. Chuck says, what would happen if Missouri lands 5-star O-line we're hunting? They're loaded. That's what's going to happen.
What?
They'd be loaded. They already are.
Hey, they would be loaded. Yeah, they already are. And Eric, I think tell me where Ole Miss ranked in high school recruiting the last 2 years. That's my point, though. Where have they been the last 2 years in high school recruiting?
Maybe 9 to 12.
Have they?
If that.
Okay, what I'm saying is OU's been 5, 6. OU's still recruiting really good in high school ranks. They did go get some portal guys, but I think it's known. Everybody talks about Ole Miss and what they've done in the portal and what they went and got. So that's what I mean by that. And maybe I didn't phrase that very good, but I don't think Ole Miss has been dominating in high school recruiting anytime recent times. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't follow recruiting as close as a lot of people. I'm sure Bobby, you may know where they've been falling, but
Gray God, I don't know that he could get a better job because Alabama.
Where would a better job be?
That's what I was saying, Jay. But in my opinion, he's at one of the best schools and the best place. He loves it, hotty toddy. And for anyway, you can't criticize OU being active in the portal and in the same breath say that Ole Miss is going to be elite this year because of what they did in the portal.
There it is. They're in the 20s. That's my point. And thanks, Bobby. Appreciate that. I knew you'd know it. Hey, Greg got says Florida. I do think Florida job is opening up. I don't think Napier's.
That's not a better job than Ole Miss.
I think it is.
Florida is not, in my opinion, not a better job.
Why is it not a better job? They've won national championships, Jeremy.
Okay, they won a couple of natties, yeah. Right now, at this current time, Ole Miss is a better job.
No, it's not.
They seem to have better NIL.
It's not a better job than Florida. You will never convince me of it, ever.
Okay, Dalpois, let me explain this. First of all, if you're in the Discord, which you are, Dalpois, you're going to get an explanation of how the caller of the night's going to work. But at about the 30, 35-minute mark at the end of the live.
We're going to start going longer. Make sure you let them know that.
I was saying that, Jay. Okay. At the end of the lives, there will be a topic of some kind. We'll let you know early in the day what that will be. You'll get 30 seconds to a minute to come on here. We'll send a link to the Discord, and you'll be able to have a hot take. Give your take, and then it will be voted on who wins, and that person will get their points. They get their name.
Hey, Florida is a better job than Ole Miss. I think most people are agreeing with me on this one.
Okay. Okay, Jay, they agree with you. I don't give a rip if they agree with you.
Well, I'm just saying you're wrong on this one. So
I'm wrong because people agree with you. Okay.
Tell me how many national championships has Ole Miss won?
Jay, you got to understand something. It is not about football is changing. It's not about all the national championships. Who's got the better NIL?
Jeremy.
No, it is not
Florida
about.
has really good NIL.
Florida won one 35 years ago. Better program.
35 years ago, they beat Oklahoma. What year was that?
I was using that as an example, Jay.
What's a better job, Jeremy? Nebraska or Iowa?
No, I'll tell you right now, Jay.
Answer it.
They both suck. Jay, what's a better
Answer
job?
the question.
Jay, Nebraska or Florida? Nebraska or Florida?
I'm asking you, Nebraska.
No, Nebraska or Florida, Jay?
Jeremy, Nebraska or Iowa? Answer it.
Well, I would rather be at Nebraska because they have better NIL.
Iowa's a better program right now, though. That's what you would say.
Jay, is Nebraska better than Florida right now? Program.
Florida's a better job.
No, Nebraska's won way more national championships, Jason.
You're missing my point. We could go on here
Bad
all night.
take.
Carry it to the Discord. We could go on all night on this. Hey,
and
I will say this.
I'm going to close it with this. Because Eric says, Eric says all he needs is 30 seconds one night. He'll have everyone.
Let me say something before you go on. Say your last thing. The Houston tickets, that game's going to be amazing. You're going to want to be involved and try to win those tickets. I will also say the road game that I think a lot of people are looking forward to, that we're trying to figure something out where we can go, everybody meet up there in Columbia, Missouri. I'm going to be there. Jeremy's going to be there. A bunch of the Sooner Surge. We're trying to figure something out before the game or something where we could all kind of have a meetup, Surgeaholics. But that game's going to be wild as far as the bad blood between the teams, I think.
Yeah, and we'll continue it on the Discord. Hey, listen, if you're a Sooner Surge Unlimited member and you're not on the Discord, email us, ousportsroundup@gmail.com. If you want to be a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, email us, ousportsroundup@gmail.com. We'll show you what has to happen for you to do that. And I will say this, fanstop.com, www.thefanstop.com. Get on their Shirt of the Month Club. One, you'll get your name in the drawing 7 times. That's for one thing. And you'll get amazing shirts at amazing prices sent to your doorstep each and every month by signing up. Use code SURD, get 10% off. It's been a fun night, everybody.
Been a good night.
Let's do it again tomorrow night. Hunter will be back. The whole gang will be here. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Boomer.